Just before we get started, sorry, this is always so wonky. Let me just sort it a little bit. Just before we get started, a quick reminder that this lesson is for not complete beginners. So this should not be your very first point class. You should have already done at least a couple of lessons guided with a ballet teacher. The reason being that because I can't see you, I can't give corrections. So you'll have to be experienced enough to be able to self-correct to a certain degree. Obviously, I will shout out general questions, general corrections and common corrections, but it will be up to you to apply them. Also, it goes without saying, if you're injured or feeling unwell, skip this one, skip this class. And if you're a My Ballet Coach member and you're working on anything in particular, do let me know and I'll try and incorporate it into the class. So before we start, you'll want to have your point shoes on. Make sure the ribbons are tied properly. So you'll want to be able to do a calf stretch without the ribbons being too tight. And you'll also want to be able to go up onto point without the ribbons restricting the ankle, this stretch here. So you don't want to be pulling back onto the shoe. So really pushing over the shoe until the platform, this part, is flat on the floor and the knees are straight. If you can do that without the ribbons being too tight, you know that they're tied correctly. And they should be around the ankle height. They don't go up the legs. If you do want to watch a video on how to prepare your point shoes, there's a video on this YouTube channel that you can watch by My Ballet Coach. So then you'll want a bar, and if you don't have a typical ballet bar, you can use a chair as long as it's about waist height. You definitely don't want something too low because when you're up on point you're going to struggle to hold on and it can affect your alignment. So something that's roughly waist height. We're going to begin with a gentle warm-up, but I always say this, you will benefit more from this class if you do a proper warm-up. So by proper warm-up, I mean like a short ballet bar on demi-point, or even just, if you're a My Ballet Coach member, you could follow one of the warm-ups on there, just to get the blood pumping and to have the muscles really nice and warm. If you are jumping into this class cold, don't worry, we're just going to do a few pony trots and roll-throughs the shoe. Roll-throughs through the shoe. If that makes sense. We're going to do some roll-throughs through the shoe to get you feeling comfortable in your points. Okay, so legs in parallel, backs of the legs engaged, abs nice and strong, hips lifted, then you want the rib cage closed, shoulders open, neck long and head relaxed, and then elbows should never press into the sides. You want to have a feeling of air underneath the armpits so that you can really feel those lats pulling down. We start with pony trots. So your right heel lifts, then both feet go up onto point. We switch and rise. 3 and 4. Now we do the same but with a bend. So we rise and now both knees bend. This is going to give you an Achilles stretch. Rise and bend. 3 and 4. And you should notice that you should keep an eye on your alignment when you go up on point, making sure that your weight is over the big toe and the second toe at all times. So we're never rocking out onto the baby toe. This is very dangerous. We can go over our ankle by doing this. So check your alignment at all times here. So we've done 4 pony trots with straight legs, forward bent knees. Then we're going to bend, lift the heels, roll up onto point, keep the platform flat on the floor, and now stretch the knees, grow tall, roll back down, passing through that demi-point, and then we reverse through the demi-point, little bend. I'll show you from the side, it's only a small bend. Pass through that demi-point again, heels down and rotate. We're now going to bend and push over one shoe, lower down, bend and push over the other shoe. We're going to add a little stretch to the side. The back heel is going to pivot, and then we have a nice hamstring stretch as we bring the body forwards and back up. Same with the left arm. Side stretch, pivot, going all the way forwards and back up. Then feet in parallel, we have a foot stretch. So you're going to bring the right foot over the top, bend your knee, press that knee into your calf muscle. Again, checking your alignment. We're not on the baby toes, we're over the big toe with the knee facing forwards. Push back into a calf stretch. Same on the other side. And then we finish plie, open the toes, plie, relevé, pulling up tall. It's harder to make sure the platform is flat on the floor when we're turned out in first position. So do make sure you're not rolling on the baby toes here. You want to be right over that big toe and then pushing over the shoe so we're not clawing the foot. If you feel like you can, take one hand off, otherwise both hands lightly on the bar, hold your posture, and then we'll come down. Okay, I'll shout all of that out so you don't need to remember anything. And we're going to go with Nate Fifield, who I adore, and this is his ballet class Pop Hits Volume 5 if you're interested. Off we go with our warm-up. Feet in parallel, find your posture. Right foot, rise, switch, rise. 3, rise, 4, rise with a bend, down. Check your alignment each time. 2 and 3, 4. Lower both heels. Bend the knees. Roll up. Stretch and hold. Now pulling up through the top of the head, you're going to slowly roll down through the shoe. We reverse through the demi-point up onto your toes. Hold. Find your balance here. Little bend of the knees. Heels go down. We open out to first position. Bend, close, bend, close. Right arm up and over. And pivot the back heel. Stretch forward, nice long neck. Roll back up. Left arm. Pivot. Legs are parallel, stretching over the front leg. Bring the feet to parallel position. Right leg starts. Stretch 4, 3, 2, 1. Push back. 4, 3, 2, 1. We switch other leg. 2, 3, 4. Push back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And plie. Rotate from the hips. Plie, relevé. Find your alignment. Weight over the big toes. Hips lifted, abs strong. And when you're ready, one hand comes off. If you are a bit more advanced and you're perhaps doing this class just to go over some of the basics, then test your balance here with both hands off. Hands back down and plie to finish. Good. Okay, next, again, as a kind of extra warm-up, but mainly focusing on the metatarsals and the ankles, we're going to do some tendus and plies. So starting with the feet in the first position. We have a stretch over the right foot, lower. Tendu, 2 tendus, in and in. Then we cloche, front, back, front rond de jambe and close. We extend, we wiggle in, out and close. I'll go into more detail about that. And a tonlier, point and close. Then we do everything on the other side. So let's look at that again. We have a stretch over, oh the sun shines on my foot, stretch over the shoe. Again, I'm going to keep repeating it, not over the baby toe, over the big toe and the second toe. So you keep a nice straight line going from your foot to your knee. This is stretching the top of the foot. And then passing through the demi-point as we close back to first. 2 tendus with the accent in. Passing through that demi-point, pressing the metatarsals into the floor for resistance. We cloche, lead with the heel to go forwards. Lead with the toes to go backwards. Lead with the heel. rond de jambe to the side, and again, pressing the metatarsals into the floor to close. We tendu out, and then like a book, the knees are going to bend and they're going to close together. Then like you're opening the book, the knees open, we're still low in the bend. And now both knees stretch to close, and we have a ton lié to the side. We do the same on the other leg. So stretch, in, cloche, 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 rond de jambe, close, tendu, wiggle in, stay low, and stretch, close, ton lié. Now we're going to go into grand plié. So grand plié in first position. You don't want to be sitting here, so you want to stop whilst you still feel like the quads are working hard and the heels have just lifted off naturally. We don't force the heels off. They're the last thing to come up as we go down. And then we tendu to second. We keep the heels down in second for our grand plié, and we close to first to finish. And then let's do a balance. Let's plié, relevé. And this time, if you want to challenge yourself, you can just have one or two fingers on the bar, the other hand off, and then we can switch to finish. In your grand plié, it's really important that your knees don't push forwards at all. If you find that that's happening, bring the toes closer together and then push those knees out as far as you can, keeping the back straight. If you're struggling with grand pliés in general, don't worry, just do a demi. Stop when it starts to feel unclear, and then stretch. And then next time you're with a face-to-face teacher, whether it's online or in the studio, you can get them to check it for you. Okay, off we go. Feet in first. Arches are lifted, inside thigh squeezing, glute squeezing. Right foot. Stretch. Close. In. Cloche, front, back, front rond de jambe, close, tendu side, wiggle in, wiggle out, close to first, ton lié to the side, transfer the weight, second side, pick up the heel, stretch, close, and in, articulate the foot, cloche, front, back, front rond de jambe, tendu side, bring the knees in, stay low on a bend, close, ton lié, stretch, heels down, point, into our grand plié, tall back, demi, heels come up a little bit, heels press down, and second, and plié relevé, push up. One hand off, just the fingers on the bar, nice and light. Keep those ankles strong, no wobbling. Let's swap over. Nice and strong, keep the legs rotated, hips are lifted. No leaning towards the bar. Keep a straight line from the toes up to the head. And relax down to finish. Good. Okay, next we're going to do some glissés. We're not really going on to point for this. It's just to, again, strengthen the metatarsals, get you ready for eventual jumps. Not that we're doing jumps on points, but in class you might be doing jumps wearing your point shoes, or even preparing you for frappés, where we just need the metatarsals to be able to work quickly and be super strong, so you've got that fast dynamic that you might get in a glissé or in a jump. So let me get some music. We have this one. Feet in first. We're going to have 3 glissés in first. So that's 1, 2 and 3, 2, 2 and 3. Then we close front, close back, close, plié to first. We switch sides. So you might want to shift the weight across onto your new supporting leg. 1, 2, resist against the floor. 1, 2, keep the hips still. Close front, close back, close first, plié. And now, either one hand off while we repeat everything, or if you're feeling like a big challenge this Monday, both hands off. If you want an even bigger challenge, arms up to fifth, but check that the rib cage isn't opening, keep it closed. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, front, slice the fifth, plie, stretch, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, front, back, plie. And then no balance there, arms off to bra bar and hold, no wobbles. Okay, let's go with the music. Feet in first. Right foot, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, keep the hips still, front, back, plie, swap, and 1, 2, 3, 2, shoulders down, no gripping on the bar, slice the fifth, optional hands off, 1, 2, 3, go for it, 2 hands, this is the heart bit, slice, 2, plie, shift the weight, nice and strong, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, slice front, back, first, arms down to bra bar. Good. Okay, we're ready for some élevés and relevés. So feet in first position again. We're going to start with a nice slow élevé. So feet in first, check your alignment. We have élevé and relevé. So if you're not sure, élevé is a rise with straight legs, relevé is a rise from a plie. So from the beginning, that's élevé, relevé, élevé, little bend, little stretch. This little bend here is to stretch the top of the ankle, so you're really pushing over the shoe. Then we have 1 relevé and 2 are quick, little bend that goes into a roll through and turns you into a small second. Keep it small. Same again, élevé, relevé, élevé, bend and stretch. 1 relevé and 2 are quick, little roll through, we close to fifth. Then we have plie relevé, pick up the front foot, pick up the back foot, pick up the front, put it behind. Plie relevé, pick up the front foot, pick up the back foot, pick up the front foot, put it behind. So it's just coming to cul de pied devant, cul de pied derrière, and then a little passe, put it behind. Every time you hit that fifth, don't get lazy, don't let it go wide, keep it a tight fifth, so you've always got that contact between the foot and the leg. As you lift and open out that knee, up and over, no sickles here, and close, tight fifth. So then we take our balance in fifth position. Again, one hand off if you can, swap the legs, switch sides, and then release the front foot, lower down on the back leg to finish. So we're not just coming down any old how, we're controlling it. Okay, let's go with the music. Ready, feet in first. Arches are lifted. And élevé. Plie, relevé. Élevé. Little bends. Relevé 1. 2 quick. Little roll through. Tendu, small seconds. Élevé. Relevé. Élevé. Little bend, stretch. Relevé 1. 2 are quick. Bend. Close, fifth, right foot front. Plie, relevé. Pick up the front foot. Back foot. Up and over. And plie. Relevé. Front foot. Keep the contact. Tight fifth. Balance. Squeeze that fifth together. Strong out. No wobbles in the ankles. Legs are turned out. Swap the feet. Release the front foot. Come down. Good. Good. That was a hard one. Let's move on and have a look at some échappés. Feet in fifth now, right foot front. We're going to have plie relevé. Front foot lifts to a tiré, close on point. Plie relevé. Back foot lifts to a tiré behind the knee, close on point. So the tempo is going to be 1, 2, 3, close. 1, 2, 3, close. Always closing on a plie. Then we have échappé to fourth. Fourth, this is a hard one. If you're not confident with échappé and fourth, keep it small, because the wider you go, the harder it is to push over the shoe. So just keep it small for now, so you can really feel like you're pushing over the platform. Fourth, hold, hold, plie, and then we go out to second, and we have a plie relevé. Second, relevé, swap the feet. So now the left foot is front, and we go again. Relevé, up, put it down, plie, relevé, pick up the back foot, put it down, plie. Échappé, hold, hold, close, make sure one leg is right in front of you, one leg's right behind you, so you're using your inside thighs and hips are lifted. Échappé, plie, relevé, swap the feet. Now what did I have? It's a long one today. We're going to have 3 relatively slow échappés and a balance in second. 1 and close. 2 and close. The feet move at the same time. You go up. 3 and hold. One arm comes up, up, up. And 1 and hold. 2 and hold. 3, other hand comes off. And we relax. So you want the feet to kind of slide across the floor, and this comes by pulling up and releasing the legs so they can move. This isn't a jump, nor is it done in 2 movements. 1 movement, so you create this triangle as your head and your torso goes up and the legs shoot out. And then to go back in, you want to squeeze the glutes and the inside thighs, drive those heels in together. Okay, off we go with the music. Feet in fifth, right foot front. And up, retire. Up, back leg. Échappé fourth, hold. Plie. Second, plie, relevé, swap the feet. Relevé, retire. Keep the hips very still in this retire. Échappé fourth, hold. Échappé second. Swap the feet. Second, close. Second, close. Second, one hand comes off. And second, swap the feet, shoulders down, no tension. Swap. Second, hold, one hand comes off. And relax. Good. Give the feet a wiggle if you need it. That was a long échappé exercise. We're going to look at some bourrées now. Bourrées and some emboîtés. Emboîtés are fun. So we have... Right foot front. We coupe with the left foot at the back, and then from this coupe we're going to push up into our bourrées. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got squeaky shoes today. If you've not done bourrées before, you'll notice that it involves the knees doing little bends, bend, stretch, and we're dabbing the toes into the floor. You'll want to keep a tight fifth position for this, so don't let it get too big. And it's not huge bends, it's just a softening in the knees so that you can alternate the weight front, back, front, back, front, back. And the idea is that you, whilst keeping everything still and keeping the position small, you increase the speed as much as possible. So ideally, we want the feet to move so fast they're a blur. But in the beginning, you know, pace yourself, get the correct alignment and the correct positioning, keep the knees small, and then as you get more confident, you can increase the speed. We're not moving, we're just doing these on the spot. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, squeak, 6, 7, 8, and then the back leg comes front, the back leg comes front, the front leg goes back, and we coupe, lowering down on the front leg. This is so much harder than it looks because you're putting all your weight on one leg And you've got to push that heel forward, make sure your knee is over your toes, and then turn out the working leg too. We go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back leg comes front, back leg comes front leg goes back, and coupe. Now we go into the pas de bourré section. To the ankle, ankle, coupe, ankle, ankle, coupe, to the knee, and coupe, to the knee, and stay. We're going to test our balance here. Go for first position again if you want to, or you can take one hand up to fifth, either with one hand on the bar or just like a couple of fingers or one finger holding you. Then we'll swap legs and we'll swap the arms for our balance. Okay? Bourrées, emboîtés, and pas de bourrées. Oh, I meant to say these are the emboîtés. If you're not familiar with them, bringing straight legs forwards and backwards. So from the side, you're keeping that tight fit and just moving one leg around to the other side. Okay, off we go. Right foot front and a coupe on the introduction. Off we go. Bourré. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, coupe. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see the camera trembling. 8. Sorry, and emboîté. 1, 2, 3, coupe, pas de bourrées to the ankle, up, up, coupe, again, up, coupe, now to the knee, retire height, again, and up, stay, find your balance, find your alignment, keep those ankles still, check that there's no weight on the baby toes, one arm to fifth. It's really helpful if you've got a mirror right now. Swap over, and the other arm. And slide that front foot to relax them. Good. Those were hard. Great work. And we're just going to finish off with some balances. So we're going to balance in all different positions, and we're going to add our nasty balances on a flat foot, which are deceptively difficult. Let me just get some good balancing music. Okay, so we're essentially just going to do Relevés into first, test your balance, check your alignment, hands off if you feel like you're ready. Plies, Échappés to second, so we're going a little bit wider. Same thing again. Arms can be in any position you like, or if you want, you can just have both hands on the bar and focus on what the legs and the core are doing. Plies, Relevés fifth. Balance here. Open up the front leg, so we're balancing in fourth. Make sure the platform is flat on the floor. Close, swap the feet, balance in fifth. Open up the feet to fourth. Slide down, pick up the front foot, both hands off for this balance, and you'll want to engage the glutes, squeeze underneath the bum there, keep the hips down, and then switch sides to finish. Okay, so balances to finish off, starting in first position. Off we go. Test your balance. Optional hands, do whatever you want with them. Plies, Échappés second. Keep those ankles still. Check that you're not leaning backwards. Plies, Relevés fifth. Close, open to a small four. Hips are lifted, no pushing back here. Close, swap the feet. Balance in fifth. Tight fifth, keep those feet squeezing together. And open to a small fourth. calf stretch here. Add a side stretch. Swap the feet, calf. Side stretch. Good, and give the feet a wiggle. Good work. Well, we covered a lot today. I hope you're feeling much stronger each week with these beginner point bars. As always, I love to hear from anyone who joins in, so do either send a comment, write a comment, or contact me on my ballet coaches community. I hope to see you next week, or at least I hope you can join next week. And don't forget, if this was a little bit too easy for you and you're looking for something slightly harder, tomorrow I'll be doing my intermediate/advanced point bar. And tomorrow morning at 9 AM GMT, we'll have a morning stretch. Thanks for watching. Bye.